requests to film. Indeed. How funny. This is Grand Junction, Colorado. I am Suzanne Calicadium, in case people don't really know what I look like because I'm usually behind the camera. And what a neat geography. I love geography. I am on my first cross-country trip ever in my whole life. Age 34, finally going to New York City on a railroad across the country. Like, I have respect for the railroad, and then it's just so beautiful. Woke up in Utah, the state of my birth. Rolled through Salt Lake City in the middle of the night, so I didn't see anything and I was trying to sleep. The train, we'll try and, like, you know, can't really tell who anybody is, but it's so comfortable. It is so comfortable. I just love it. I'm not doing any specific marketing. It's just awesome. And everybody knows how I feel about fixing the transit situation in this country and pooling all the best data about efficiency worldwide in transporting people, as is sort of a Chakra 3 requirement. Chakra 3 community. So I usually speak about experiences, phenomena, meaning in terms of chakras, because a lot of different cultures have described that humans have energy centers in their body that resemble lotus flowers and are sort of composed of light and color and emotional energy terms. And some people are more and less developed on different chakra levels. And in my formal education, I studied psychology and learned about Maslow's hierarchy of needs and how psychosocial development seems to occur on a pyramid of getting basic needs met, and then psychological needs met, and then eventually spiritual needs met. And evolution is something a lot of people feel comfortable talking about in terms of what they know to be true soul-wise. And it's so exciting that the revolution I have been busting for 3.5 years is so close to being over in terms of calling it Hitler in the barracks on a lot of people that seem psychotic in their level of denial about how many people know what's up. Know that I make primary decisions for the World Health Organization. They know that I make primary mediation negotiations between United Nations leaders, and that I am one of the most active people in the world on writing policy that people take seriously enough that the media has been blowing me up. It's exciting, it's validating, it's interesting going to bat about my medical marijuana use. I can talk about receptor sites all day long. I can talk about energy frequencies all day long. I can tell you there is something in that power plant that shamans and religious people have been using for millennia worldwide that helps receptor sites vibrate on a frequency that allows them to interpret energy signals from other planes. Is that clear enough? I like to be educational most of the time. Most of the people who follow me know that I'm constantly educating people. And then I have this little dark streak in me where I get really frustrated when people refuse to learn. And so we're just wrapping up the last 4 years as dignified as possible. The stock markets have been crashing. It's interesting because I don't play the numbers game like other people do. I look at the actual resources and transactions and policy going into effect and know that my enemies are targeted by higher code level beings to go out one way or another. Did somebody laugh? Were they channeling my Indigo army sitting in Times Square that are so freaking excited? It's almost impossible to believe. On a first name basis with all kinds of people. It's interesting. And they cannot keep me down in Times Square. It just is too great. I looked at the weather in the Northeast, I'm like, wow, it's almost as if God is shining down upon me specifically. He's making it hella rain, so there's no urine anywhere. And then it's gonna be warm as all imaginable while I just chill. I'll shower at a Brooklyn hostel every other day or something if I need to until I get picked up, and people just get embarrassed like Hitler as like the days just count down, and I was like, how many days was it between like eventually this busted, that busted, and Hitler just went, oh my god, I have been busted for genocide. And that's how a lot of politicians that have been supporting these various causes after populist management gave up on the 8th of September. And so it's all just going down historically, as everybody knows, everybody knew, everybody foresaw, and self-fulfilled prophesied. No matter how many gifts they were given, it was so interesting how many times people were forgiven, how many gifts, how many answers. It's almost impossible to understand the level of irreverence, despite what some people know to be true.